Troublesome times are here, feeling in touch with fear. Freedom we all hold dear, now is at stake. Humble your heart to God, safe from the chastening rod. Seek the way pilgrims trod, Christians away. My Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom. Trumpets will sound, and all of the dead shall.
Thanks for sharing your time with us. We've got a repeat visitor here today, and he's been here once before. I think this is his second time to come with us, and his name is Theron,
yeah.
Dennison, but we know him as Black Diamond.
Yeah.
And so I had this morning, I was thinking about that. I had to look your name up because I didn't even know your name.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here,
Nice
Diamond.
to be back,
Good,
Lionel.
good.
Thanks so much.
Explain this thing about Black Diamond so people can grasp what we're talking about here.
First of all, I don't care if you get Theron Denson as long as you get Black Diamond.
That's what you want. Yeah.
It's the Neil Diamond tribute show, a tribute to one of the greatest music icons and entertainers, I think, in history. And we have a lot of fun playing and rocking all of his tunes, especially Sweet Caroline.
You've done that over and over and over, haven't you?
For 13 years, yeah, I've sung that song many, many times.
And the last time you was here, I believe you said that where you wasn't aware that you sounded like Diamond until you were sitting in church and people started turning around and telling you sound like Neil Diamond.
That's correct. I was the only black kid in what was a predominantly white church, and the white ladies would hear me singing Amazing Grace or whatever and say, "You realize you sound like Neil Diamond?" I was 11. So no, I don't. I don't realize I sound like Neil Diamond at 11.
And see now you're the person that rode a church bus as a child.
I came into the church through the Joy Bus program.
Right. And that was in Kansas?
That was in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, next door.
Missouri,
and I was a fifth grader, so I was about 10 years old when the bus would come around, and I'd load up all the kids in my neighborhood, and off we'd go to the Waynesville Church of Christ.
That is so special. To me it is, because I mean that was years ago. And now you're working in our program here.
I am, and thrilled.
The same thing. And it's changed from you riding the bus, that you're the one teaching the children to ride the bus.
Yeah, but occasionally I do get on the bus with the kids, and they'll say, "Are you riding home with us, Black Diamond?" And I'll ride home with them. And it's just such a rewarding experience for me. And I feel like I've come full circle in that I came to the church that way, and now I'm having a chance to influence.
It's important that everybody gets involved in reaching these children, isn't it?
100%.
I mean, you're an entertainer, but you take time out to reach the children.
That's the most important thing, you know, more than even my being an entertainer, is helping to shape and mold those young lives into something that could be pleasing to the Lord. That's my top priority, really, even though I love singing and doing the Neil Diamond tribute. It's the kids.
The kids they need somebody, don't they?
I think they do, and I think it really does take a village. Someone once said it takes a village, and it really, really does, because there's so much negativity and so much bad and so much out there that kids can get distracted by and taken down the wrong path by, that it takes a team of people around them always looking out to make sure that doesn't happen.
See, when I was a child growing up, you were protected. You didn't have the iPads. You didn't have cable television.
Correct.
You didn't have all these resources, just throwing all that stuff into the home or even into the marketplace.
Yeah.
And I was on vacation this past year, and I started in the store, the store had been there for a long time.
Right.
And a lady stepped in front and said, "You can't." I had my granddaughter,
Okay.
Shayla.
Yep, Shayla,
and
love
said,
her.
"She can't come in here." And I said, "Oh, she comes in here all the time." You know, I don't listen well. And I just started pushing on. And the woman said, "No, you can't." She stepped in front of me. And what it was, they had brought in so much pornography. They had brought in pornography in that store. And the child could not go in there.
Wow.
And so they converted to that type of lifestyle. And children, I mean, she just went, and when I turned, she said, she can't come in. And she pointed, and I looked, and I said, "Oh, okay, thank you for stopping us." And we turned around and went back out. But just by looking, you know, growing up as a child, I never saw anything like that, you know. And you're right, there's so many things that can divert a child from common sense. Absolutely.
And again, like you say, with the introduction of modern technology, it's been a blessing, but at the same time it's been a curse. We watched Scooby-Dooby-Doo and Gilligan's Island when we were kids, and now kids get on their internet and and there's all sorts of things thrown at them as
It
soon as
is.
they log on or turn that thing on.
And it takes away their innocence.
It takes away their innocence.
I had a PhD that told me, said with television, we invited the devil into our living room, and now with the computers, we've invited them into our bedrooms.
That's correct.
For our children.
That's correct.
And I thought, you know, she's pretty. This doctor knows what she's talking about.
It's spot on.
It is.
You know,
It
because
is.
these kids take these cell phones now and these iPods, and they take them into their room and they're under their covers, and they're, you know, their parents have no idea. There was nothing like that in our
We've
time.
got to. We can't stop that probably.
No.
But we can teach a value system,
Correct.
and we can be a. We can be the other force.
I agree.
We can be there, and we can show them what true love really is. And love will win.
Love will always win.
Love will win
Yes.
if we will get it out of the church building, out into the hearts and the minds where the people are.
Where the people are.
And that's what you do.
I concur, sir. I try very, very hard to live my life in a way that is going to taking love to the people. I can't say that I'm perfect at it, but I sure try and give it my best every day.
You've told me that you've had children that stop you in the store and when you're shopping and recognize you as being their Bible school teacher.
It's the coolest thing, you know, when you see these little kids and they run up to me and they give me hugs, and it just reaffirms that we're making a difference. You know, there's a team of us at our particular inner city is Riverwood Church of Christ, and there's a team of us there that you know, are trying to make that difference, and
Dedicated team.
Dedicated team.
Dick and Sherry and many more.
Dick and Sherry and Molly and Marcia and Mary. I mean, there's just a lot of people, but it's rewarding when those kids run up to me at the grocery store.
Y'all keep doing it year after year after year after year.
Yeah, this is my second year, so, but there's some other people over there that have been.
Dick's been there a long time.
Dick and Sherry have been there a long time. Molly,
I
folks.
think what you're going to find out if you stay with it for a long time. If you're getting more popular and more popular and more famous, and sometimes you're going to be pulled away and not be able to be here because you got to make a living.
Right.
But when you can be back in town, you can be there.
Right.
And what you're going to really get a thrill one of these days, some big guy's going to walk up to you and say, "I know you.
Yeah.
You used to be in my Bible class."
Yeah.
You know, and boy, that is the most rewarding. That's the most rewarding thing. I went to. I was called from the Metro Police yesterday to go to a family. One of our young men passed away, and we had him when he was a little bitty fella. And so when I got there, there was probably 15, 20 people in the yard. Every one of them had been in our program at one time or another. And when you get old, Diamond, you can't remember.
Right.
I could remember one of them.
Yeah,
And I just
wow.
told them, I said, "I'm sorry, folks, I can't remember, but tell me who you are."
But they were all.
But they had all been
passed through.
They had all been in our hearing, in our teaching, and they knew love prevailed. And when we were out there to pray for the family, reverent, they respected it. They prayed. They reached out. They hugged each other. You didn't hear any negative comments.
Right.
It was all,
Propane.
he's lived his life and he's in a better place, and let's move forward from here.
Let's move forward.
It's just so healthy when you see that, and that's so rewarding.
I'm looking forward to that moment when a big kid walks up to me.
He'll come.
Yeah.
And he'll be big, and you won't know him.
Yeah, he'll be like a linebacker. I knew him when he was a little kid, and I could pick him up and throw him around. Yeah.
When how's Black Diamond doing in the entertainment business?
I have to tell you, Nashville. I just love Nashville. It has been the most.
Why did you come to Nashville?
I just sort of threw a dart at the map one day and said it's time for a change, and I threw this dart and landed at Nashville. And I was thinking about Austin, Texas. I was thinking about Vancouver, Canada, and Nashville, and this is where I ended up. And it was truly the Music City. I did come a little cautiously because I had this preconceived notion of Nashville being country music and 10-gallon hats and cowboy boots. So I was like, I don't know how well a Neil Diamond sequin shirt's going to work there, but I came anyway. And it's very diversified, and I believe that all music emanates ultimately from Nashville, Tennessee, all around the world.
It's known. It's good.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
music. Now, this is a Scene magazine.
Nashville Scene People issue. It's a special edition People issue that comes out once a year.
Once a year.
The People issue comes out once a year.
People issue. And I don't know whether we can get this on the camera or not. Can we get this on the camera? It's slick paper, and it may.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Wow.
I got clean fingernails there, Sam.
Yeah.
Yes.
I signed it to you, actually.
Uh-huh.
To Inner City.
That is great.
Yeah, it was really an amazing thrill for me when they contacted me in February and said, we'd like to tell your story as one of the most interesting, fascinating people in Nashville. And I went, huh? I had to do a double take at the email. I read it a few times because I just didn't believe it. But what an honor.
And you're going to also sing at a Vanderbilt athletic, at a baseball game.
Yep, by the time.
When we're taping this is before they're still in the regular season.
Yes, and so by the time this airs, I will have sang for Vandy at the baseball game it will have taken place May 17th. And I'm excited to do Sweet Caroline in the 8th inning. As you know, that song, Neil Diamond's coolness factor has just shot through the roof with him going to Fenway Park, as the world knows, and donating the proceeds from the sale of Sweet Caroline to the victims and those touched by that terrible tragedy of a few weeks ago at the Boston Marathon. And so I'm pleased that I get to go over and sing it at Vanderbilt, and their head coach is from Boston.
Oh, okay,
I heard, so that's going to be exciting.
He's a great coach.
Yeah,
they got a good team. I'm a Vandy fan.
I hear they're tops in the country.
They are in baseball right now. They're number one. I was listening to. I'm going to give you the lead. I was listening to the game. I didn't know they did it because I've never been to a baseball game.
Right.
But I was listening to it and I heard them singing it. And I thought Diamond needs to call them.
Yes,
so I
and
called
you sent the email and said,
bingo.
as soon as I got your message, I was like, great idea. And I called him up and I actually said, I'm going to did you hear about Neil Diamond walking up to Fenway Park and saying, can I sing? And they said, yep. And I said, well, I'm Black Diamond and I'm kind of calling Vandy and saying, can I sing? And they said, yeah, you can.
That is great.
So, yes. Thank you.
I used to go to basketball games out there. And this is a long time ago. We had a team center out here from Florida, and his name was Will Purdue. And they were good. They were real good. And we would go and they'd bring in different groups to sing, different people.
Sure.
They had a boy and a girl, brother and sister, who would sing the national anthem.
Oh,
they were so good.
Knock it out of the park.
And they had Boots Randolph one night play the national anthem on that sax.
Wow.
Man, that place come alive, and it rocked all night long.
Well, I'm hoping this baseball game, I don't know if you remember the last time I was here and you asked me what some of my goals were, and I said one of them was to sing at a Vanderbilt game.
Is that right?
I did, yes.
Well, that's good.
And
that's
the Titans and the Predators. And so I'm hoping that this will be the start, and
I'll
go to the Predators and sing for the Titans and sing for a Vandy football game, because I am now truly a Vanderbilt fan. When I first came to Tennessee, I didn't kind of get it, because I wasn't from here, but now I'm Vanderbilt hook, line, and sinker.
Now, you met the judge last time he was here taping. We was taping 2 shows, and Judge Calloway was right on before. Y'all need to get together and sing, because that lady can sing.
Yeah, she's a great vocalist.
And she is a Vandy graduate.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I need to tell her that you're going to be singing out there. She may go to the ball game.
She might come to the ball game. She might take the mic. She might go up there and steal the mic from me.
Yeah,
I can do this song. Yeah, move out of the way, Black Diamond.
Yeah, she is. She's got the pipe. She can get up there.
Yes.
Oh, but you're going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
What's the future? What you got on the man? You came in here in the taxi cab, and now you're going out. You got a band that travels with you.
I got a full band. It's a hybrid of some guys from a group called the Kansas Bible Company, and then Heath Haynes and the High Dollar. Heath Haynes and the High Dollar are known for backing rockabilly legend Wanda Jackson, and now they've taken on the Black Diamond Project, and then the horns are from Kansas Bible Company, and we're just having a great time. We had a big debut on April 27th at a place downtown called Jackalope, and that was the first time Nashville saw me with this current band, who I think is going to be the band forever. But the real big show coming up I'm excited about is August 24th. We're doing Hot August Night at Marathon Music Works, and those tickets will be available, I think, today or tomorrow. But that is going to be great, because I have a biography that I'll tell you about in a second coming out, and they're going to release it that same day.
Okay.
So the band and I will be there. I have a cousin who is the saxophone player on American Idol and The Voice, and he played behind Sting and Elton John and Bruce Springsteen at this year's Grammy Awards. He's my first cousin, and he's actually coming.
Really? He is your first cousin?
He's actually my cousin.
Saying he's your cousin.
He's my dad's brother's son. And he's coming to play sax at the Hot August Night show on August 24th at Marathon Music Works. So I'm just thrilled.
You're thrilled, aren't you?
I'm very, very excited.
Diamond, you told me when you decided you were going to go into professional career.
Correct.
When you walked out of that hotel, I believe it was.
Yes, yeah.
And you told me that you prayed.
I did.
And said, Lord, I'm going to go this way. I need you to go with me. I need you to help me.
Yes.
How much do you, now people are watching this, and there's a mother sitting out here watching this, and she's got little children. How much has prayer, because you're meeting your goal.
Yes.
I mean, you're in the point now where you've got a band, you're traveling, you're doing concerts, all this stuff, tours, whatever you call it. How much has prayer, do you contribute to prayer? You know, people think about prayer, okay, now I lay me down to sleep, and they say, okay, prayer, yeah, but they don't think prayer delivers.
Right.
How much has prayer been a part of your success?
Without it, there would be no success. And
you believe that?
I really believe that, and I believe that also when people pray, that I think it's so important that we learn when we pray that you're having a conversation with God. And I think you should approach it that way. You know, sometimes we tend to be a little stiff and we tend to be a little stilted in our speech, but just like you and I are talking, that's the kind of conversation I think we should have in prayer. It doesn't have to be so formal.
We're not strangers.
We're not strangers to him.
He knows all our secrets.
He knows all our secrets.
And he's still saying, come on.
Yeah,
come on
anyway. What do you need? What do you want? What can I do? What can you ask me for? What do you want to? And when I walked out of that hotel and I looked up at heaven and I said, looks like it's you, me, and Neil Diamond now, dear Lord. And I pray that you will hold my hand and guide my path and lead me. He said, that's all I needed from you, and that's what we'll do. And he's led me every step of the way for 13 years and ultimately here to Nashville.
You see, I think people, because we don't know who God is, of our own choosing to be separated from God and depending on people giving us bad information.
Correct.
We rely a lot on bad information.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And God is love.
He is love.
So why would you keep a secret from love?
Right.
And why would he try to hurt you if he's love?
If he's love.
He's not going to hurt you.
No.
He's going to help you.
Right.
And when you said it's up to me and you now, and that's God Almighty you're talking to. Mm-hmm. All the power that created the world
is that force is
there
behind
for you.
Right.
For you.
And I didn't realize what I was actually doing, but he later revealed to me that I asked you to call on me, and you did. And that's all you have to do. A lot of times we think it's a huge, big process and rigmarole that he puts us through to get to him. Really, it's as simple as he's not government. Call my name, and that's all it is. You know, I spoke at Good Pasture Christian School a couple of weeks ago and led the Devo, and I thought, what am I going to talk about? And I finally decided after prayer that I would talk about how my life evolved to this point. And I wanted, I referred back to Matthew 14, where Peter got out of the boat and started walking to Jesus. And when he heard the winds and the waves and started looking around, he got
distracted.
He got distracted, and he started to sink immediately. And he said, Lord, save me. And Jesus Christ, it says, reached out and he grabbed him immediately. He didn't think about it. He didn't say, well, you should have not looked away. He just reached out immediately and he grabbed him.
But the way we process information, Diamond, you just made a great point. The way we process information all the time is we would capitalize on the fact that he looked away.
Right.
And we want to punish him for looking away.
Right.
We want to blow up the fact that he looked away.
Of course.
We want to focus on the fact that he looked away. We want to talk about his failures, where God says, come on. I got you.
And they got in the boat, and he said, the disciple said, you truly are God. Mm-hmm. And so it's as simple, and I said to those kids, if you don't remember anything else about today and about this talk, if you don't remember the Black Diamond, although I hope you do remember the Black Diamond, if you don't, buy a record, please remember that scripture. Just call on him wherever you are, however you are, and he will immediately save you.
One of the big mistakes we make, Diamond, is we get ourselves in trouble. We know we got ourselves in trouble. Correct. We know we made bad decisions. We know we were stubborn, rebellious, and stuck on stupid. We know all those things about ourselves. And then we get the feeling that, well, God, he don't love me. Because really right now I don't love me. I got myself in this fix. It's my own fault. But if we just say, God is perfect love. And he's saying, come on.
He loves unconditionally and consistently.
And that's hard. And he's not academic. One of the biggest mistakes, and I say this all the time, one of the biggest mistakes we try to make is we try to be academic with God.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be academic with God. He's too smart for you.
Well, we come to him with so many layers, and you know, we, instead of just peeling back the layers and laying ourselves bare, we are determined that we're going to keep something or hide something, and it doesn't work. For me, I just have a conversation. I go, Lord, here's where I am today.
That's right.
You know, I'm tired, or I really don't even feel like praying right now, but I do want to thank you for this, or I want to thank you for the blessings of the day. And I think we just have, and I think God says, I appreciate that. That's a prayer that I can appreciate because it was very sincere. And have a good night's sleep. Good night.
We had this man who had lived he said a wicked life. And he told me about some of the things he was in, and I think he was right. He had lived a pretty rough life, very rough life.
Yeah.
And so he came to church and started his aunt, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And his auntie brought him, I believe, but it's an older man. He's older. He's on in years and years, gone on to heaven by now.
Yeah.
He's a great person. And he got to know the Lord. And he gave his life to Christ. We baptized him, and he started coming faithful and working. And so we asked him one Sunday to just lead the prayer. And he said, well, sure, I can do that. Because he had developed a prayer life.
Okay.
But he hadn't thought about getting up in front of a group of people and praying. He hadn't thought that thing through.
Right.
And so it was both. I had a man who, Dr. Oliver Yates, had a PhD from Vanderbilt. He was one of our shepherds there, and Oliver was sitting down there. So he gets up to lead this prayer, and he walks up to the microphone, and he turns around, and there was about 300 people there then. And he turned, Diamond, and looked at that audience.
Yeah.
And he froze.
Yeah.
And boy, your heart went out for him, you know. And he said, Lord, teach me how to pray.
Wow.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Wow.
And he thought he had done so bad. And man, Yates was next man up. Yates is up off that seat, walked that microphone, looked at that audience, paused, and said, that is the most wonderful prayer I've ever heard.
Yes.
And he started bragging on him, talking about that prayer and the meaning of that prayer, of being honest with God. Man, that's the day that church took a step forward. It was great.
That's an amazing prayer, and that's really what it is. Teach me how to pray.
Boy, wasn't that beautiful?
That's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, and when I listened to that, and when I'm reminded of the fact that the guy that wrote Amazing Grace was a slave trader.
Oh, wow.
And think that after all of that evil, and he come to know the Lord, and he penned the song Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound.
Wow.
That is so powerful to know.
And I'm sure for him those words really were very meaningful and rung home.
They rung home.
For coming from that
yes,
to
yes. It shows you the power, but it shows us the power of God. And I've noticed in your life, and one of the things, and you know, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I know who brings tomorrow.
I know who brings it.
But you walked out with nothing.
Correct.
You know, and folks, he's told me about a time when he knew how to go get a Whopper and get them put everything on it, cut it in half, and get a 2-day meal out of a Whopper. Now, man, that's not heaven. That's when you're down.
Right.
And but you still prayed.
Always.
And God delivered.
He always delivered. You know, and that's what I'm saying. I believe that, for me, I really believe that the success of the show, Nashville, again, I didn't know what to expect here, but they've been so receptive and kind and energetic and enthusiastic about the Black Diamond. Of course, it helps that everyone loves Neil Diamond, and Neil Diamond makes my job very easy because he wrote all of the songs and he gave me the style of the shirt to wear, and so I definitely ride on his coattails. But Nashville has been really warm, and that's been my prayer, was that I would find a place where the show could find a home, and it seems like that has happened here.
What's the future next year? You're going to stay within the city. You're going to keep volunteering. You're going to keep mentoring children and helping children. But what's going to happen to the Black Diamond Show?
Well, there's a book coming out about me right now. It's been penned by an author named Scott Nolan, and he's written books about Abbott and Costello and Frank Sinatra and Louis Armstrong and John Wayne, and now he's writing the Black Diamond biography. Doesn't have a title yet, but it's set for release on Amazon.com August 24th. And so I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, that new dimension coming into the Black Diamond experience. Is what
publicity, as long as I get your name right.
As long as I get,
That's right. I've had people tell me that, and they say, well, so-and-so don't like you. I said, well, did they get my name right?
Did they get my name right? Any publicity is good publicity. So I'm excited
when
about
you're in the entertainment business, any publicity,
that's right. That's right. So the book and the continued shows is what I'm looking forward to here.
And you're going to stay within the city.
Oh yes, of course. The Lord willing, as long as He'll let me, those kids they really make my day. And I don't care what's bad about your day. When you walk into inner city every Tuesday night, you see those smiles, and you forget everything else. Nothing else matters.
It's better to give than to receive. Isn't it? When you go in there, and the love of those kids just lifts you up.
Yeah.
You told me about a boy and girl that came. I believe I got this right. They used to ride the bus and come, but they moved.
Yes.
And they came in early one night, and you went out. And you thought the bus was there,
right?
And you went out, and their mother brought them.
Their mother had brought them because they weren't where the bus went anymore, and they now lived nearby. And so their mom brought them, and that little boy and his sister came in. Lamontez and Lanaya came in, and then their mother said, "Well, I want to see who this guy is." That because they were running and hugging me, and she introduced herself, and I said, "We just love your kids." And well, the kids immediately started saying, "We love it here, Mommy. We love it here. We love coming to church and praying and learning about Jesus." Now, these little kids are probably, Lamontez is probably about, I bet, 5, and the sister's 4 or 3. And to hear them saying this for us that work there, Marcia and Molly and Mary and myself and Martha and Barbara and Dick and Sherry, what a joy, what a thrill to see them. They all got to stand there as they witnessed those kids tell their mom.
They're telling the truth.
Telling the truth.
Little children don't lie to you. They're telling the truth.
Out of the mouth of
they
babes.
love Jesus, and that's so good.
Yes.
Well, Diamond, I appreciate you working with us, and I appreciate all you do. And one of these days, we're going to get you over here, and we're going to have, when we get this new facility,
we'll do a concert.
We're going to do a concert.
Yeah.
And I'm getting you booked right now.
Yes.
And I ain't going to pay you nothing.
You ain't got to pay me nothing, brother. A big smile. I'll be happy.
And we're going to bring you in here. We're going to get our kids, and we'll teach all our kids to sing Neil Diamond songs.
That's exactly right.
And then we'll teach them to follow the Lord.
And to follow the Lord, no matter what they're doing.
We ain't got about 30 seconds. Is there a Ms. Black Diamond out there somewhere?
There is not. That would probably be it. I'm married to the career until I make $1 million bucks. Yeah,
you're gonna make $1 million. And you're gonna find Ms. Right one of these
days.
To
God's ears.
But it is really good to have you as part of our team.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show. Won't you come back?
I would look forward to it for sure.
And good luck in your performance, and just keep God up front.
Thank you always.
If the career goes down, don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's got me.
He's still up.
He's
got you in the palm of his hand, and he'll hold you in the hand. Folks, his life is a witness to the power of God, and it can be the same witness and the same strength in your life if you'll just invite God in. He'll bless you in all that you do if you'll seek after Him. Thank you for tuning in. God bless.
Sometimes I hear feeling in touch with fear. Freedom we all hold dear now is at stake. Humble your heart to God, save from the chasing wrong. Seek the way pilgrims trod, Christians away. My Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom. Trumpets will sound, and all of the dead shall rise. Righteous me in the skies. I'm going where no one dies, heavenward bound. What troubles will soon be, or happy forevermore. When we meet on that shore, free from all care. Rising up in the skies, telling this world goodbye.